Hello everybody, my name is Martin and welcome to my channel. Um, this is my allotment plot, which I'm going to show you around in this video. I'm also going to be planting a few seedlings and doing some weeding, but I'm not going to bore you too much with the weeding because it's going to be happening most weeks. So in this video, I'm just going to introduce you to my plot, where it is, what I may be growing this year, what else I'm going to do with the space that I have. So those were onions that I planted last year, that didn't grow last year, but clearly they've started to grow. These are seedlings that I have started growing in my house. My lovely partner Danielle may be glad that I'm starting to move these from the house into the allotment because they're everywhere where there's sunshine. This area here, I am hoping to build a decking area. This is a scaffolding where I'm going to be growing my peas, and these are some covered plots or covered beds where I'm not sure what I'm going to grow. These are raspberries. When I took over the plot back in February 23, the area was it was a jungle. Essentially, there was nothing but raspberries and a tree, and more raspberries and rocks and stuff. So that area that I showed you is where I'm trying to keep the raspberries. I'm trying to stop them from taking over the plot again. This area has already been planted with potatoes. This is just a flower bed, essentially. These are some sort of allium, not Valium, allium. There's some more daffodils that are popping up close to the border. I apologise for the random camera zooming in and out. It's a brand new camera that I have and I'm still getting used to it. You'll see just now that I'm starting to plant things. So there was an area that was covered in black sheeting. This year I intend to just leave that as it is, so that the weeds that are currently growing there die out, and the seeds also die out, so I can use it for potentially some flowers next year, or some sort of vine. I'm not entirely sure, but that's the problem for next year's Martin. So at this point I am planting some pea shoots. I've been growing them in the house for about 3 weeks. So it's about time that they see some actual soil. It has been quite changeable weather here in Scotland. It's April, but it is still cold. It's not even double digits at the moment. And last week, we did still have some frost on the ground, so it wasn't ideal planting weather. So I'm glad that the weather suited my procrastination a little bit. I do have some knee pads and things, but I forgot to bring those. What I was doing there or here is moving a tiny little snail shell. I actually have a photo of it. It's, I'm thinking maybe 7 or 8 millimeters. Tiny little thing. Obviously, shells are quite good for calcinating the soil, I guess is the word. I'm not sure. Getting some calcium and other minerals into the soil, but I liked that little snail shell. It was empty, so if it had been occupied, I would have put it into a shaded area in the garden or the allotment even. So here I've had this trellis up since last year. I think I did grow some peas last year, and just doing the same this year. I do have plans in the future, always future Martin's plans, to perhaps grow what's the word? Like a tunnel thing? Not really a tunnel, but an overhead trellis thing, and maybe have peas going up one side and something else like courgettes or cucumbers perhaps going up the other side, or just sweet peas for the colour. So still planting peas. Earlier on in the video I showed you an area around the side. I'm looking at the video wondering what it was that I was thinking there, and I have no idea. Anyway, so there's an area to the left hand side of my shed as you look up into the allotment, and there's pallets of 4 square pallet bed thing. I do intend to build a patio or just a seating area so that myself and Danielle can just come up in late spring, early summertime to enjoy the flowers and things. This is the other side of the trellis. Also going to be planting some peas. I've got 8 beds in total. The one you see here for the peas, the one further in the distance where last year's onions are making a stand. So today I'm only planting in 2 areas today. Excuse me. Peas in this area, and in the, I guess, bed 7 beside the potatoes, I'm planting some corn, which this year's the first time that I've planted corn. So I just want to see how it goes in the Scottish soil and Scottish climate. Yeah, so just have a look at my hands planting some peas. For anybody wondering about the black band on my wrist. Um, it's a mental health awareness band. I work with young people in care or just leaving care, and I think it's important for everybody, but especially for young care leavers to understand that mental health does matter, and perhaps even if 1 in 10 of them sees the bands or the t-shirts that I wear, or I have a hoodie somewhere, that they know that they can come in and talk to me about anything. It's always difficult to talk about mental health. It's perhaps something that I will talk about on here. I'll see. So yeah, here I go again, planting more peas. I think I've planted or will plant 12 pea shoots here. The allotment plot is in the middle of Balburney Park in Markinch, Glenrothes, Fife. So there are a lot of birds, and the birds and other creatures do like peas as much as I do. So I will possibly grow some more peas and plant them through the summer, just to try and stave off the animals. Still planting peas. So yeah, so this allotment plot is one that I didn't inherit. I took over from a gentleman who could no longer manage it. It's around 100 square meters, which is a lot. So that's why I have raised beds, and the edges of the plot are left over to wildflowers, and I am trying to do some like spring flowering, summer flowering, autumn and winter, just for a bit of colour all year round. I guess in winter the predominant colour will be white, but then you come into spring and you've got the yellows and the reds will be popping up, the poppies and the tulips. This is plot 7 or bed 7. As I was mentioning earlier on, this is where I'm putting my sweet corn. So for this one, I actually have a measuring stick. That's the white thing in the middle of the bed. So sweet corn, as I've been informed, should be grown around 30 centimetres or a foot apart. So yeah, I can't remember how many I have here. I think there's 12 again. I will have a look at the packaging for next time. So yeah, I know some people use sticks or dippers or other tools to poke holes for the seeds and things. I like getting my fingers dirty, so with the dirty fingers. for as much as it was sunny yesterday. It was yesterday that I did this video, and today is when I plucked up the courage to do the audio. So it was really sunny, but it wasn't warm. It was just creeping above 10 degrees Celsius, which is why I've still got a fleece on. Sorry, I was just saying hello to the corn. Yeah. So the other thing that I have in this allotment plot is rhubarb. You may have seen it at the start of the video when I was walking around. Yeah, there are 4 rhubarb plants, and they've already grown enough that I can start harvesting, and they will keep going throughout summer and autumn. I was talking to somebody at my work about rhubarb. She's a little bit older than me, and she remembers when rhubarb was virtually everywhere, and now you don't see it, or we don't seem to see it in the east of Scotland that much, apart from in people's gardens or in allotment plots, or in supermarkets where the price is ridiculously high. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out recipes and also just give it to neighbours. Most of my neighbours are a little bit older as well, and they do like rhubarb. So make some rhubarb pies or jam, or just give them raw rhubarb to let them do what they want. We are coming up to the end of the video just now. I think maybe a minute to go. So I will just watch myself plant the last bits of corn. That may have been the last. Oh no. I am still planting corn, just out of shot. So yeah, I plan to do one video a week of the progress of the allotment. I have a garden as well, which needs a lot of work, so I may or may not show that. I also have other interests, and I'm just trying to work out in my head whether or not to include those videos when it's a quiet day at the allotment. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next week.